Hi there, welcome back to Logic Behind Math. In this video, I'm gonna go through equivalent fractions with you and I will show you how to make comparison between fractions. Let's start our lesson. Let's look at the first pizza. You can imagine it's like sharing a pizza. So we must cut the pizza, right? This one is first. First pizza, I cut it into two equal parts. Now if you take one out of two equal parts, that means you have this amount, right? This amount will be 1 over 2. Numerator is 1. 1 is how much you take from the whole thing. The whole thing is this whole pizza, right? And it has been cut into two parts. So I take one out of two parts. I will write 1 as a numerator and 2 is the denominator. The 2 means the number that the whole thing be divided. This is called 1 over 2. You can say, I eat 1 over 2 of a pizza. Or you can say, I eat a half of the pizza. Okay. Next, this one is the second pizza. Now, if I cut one more line, and I can cut 4 equal parts. If you take 2 out of 4 equal parts, then you can get the same amount of pizza as the previous one, right? You can see the area actually is the same. This is the same amount. If you want to write the second pizza in the fraction form, we will say 2 as the numerator because I take 2 out of 4. 4 is the denominator. The entire pizza has been cut into 4 equal parts. See, that means 1 over 2 equals to 2 over 4. Okay, let's look at the third pizza. I cut into 8 equal parts and then I need to take 4 out of 8. Then I could have the same amount of the pizza as the previous ones, right? Like the first one and the second one. Thus, regarding the third pizza, in the fraction form, the third pizza already be cut into 8 equal parts. Thus, the denominator should be 8. Numerator represents how much you take. Denominator represents the number the whole thing has been cut into. If we check out the 3 pizzas, the yellow area actually means something, right? For the fractional part, this is how we represent each. So 1 over 2 also equal to 2 over 4 equal to 4 over 8. The concept of equivalent fraction is super important. In the future, you may have some question which is more challenging. So the number won't be like this kind of easy, right? It's hard to draw a circle and cut into certain pieces. We must understand how to calculate and how to find the equivalent fraction. Okay, look at the graph. This yellow part of the first pizza, originally it just have one piece. When goes to the second pizza, the same area has become two parts. That means 1 become 2 multiplied by 2, right? The denominator is determined by the number the whole thing has been cut in two. So originally, the first pizza, we just have two in total, two equal parts. But for the second pizza, the total equal parts became four. It also multiplied by two. After this, we can get the same amount. Let's see. 1 times 2, 2 times 2. Yes, it's right. 1 times 2, we got 2. 2 times 2, we got 4. Now let's look at the graph. The area, this area, okay? The yellow area of the second pizza originally has 2 pieces, right? On the third pizza, they became 4 pieces. So also multiply by 2. For the denominator, originally on the second pizza, we cut it into 4 equal parts. And then for the third pizza, there are 8 equal parts. Also multiply by 2. So we can see 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. This is how we use multiplication to find equivalent fractions. There are more examples, like 2 over 3. You can multiply by 5. If numerator multiplied by 5, the denominator also multiplied by 5. We can get 10 over 15. Okay? And then if let's say 2 over 3 multiply 7, then we can get 14 over 21. Let's say 10 over 15 equals to 14 over 21. And they are also equal to 2 over 3. They are equivalent fractions. To simplify fractions is also very important. 14 over 21 equal to 10 over 15 equal to 2 over 3. Let's go back from this side. Yes, we can use the division. Let's say 14 over 21 equals to 2 over 3. Now we use the division. So 14 we can just divide it by 7. And then 21 also need to multiply by 7. Then we can get 2 and we can get 3. And then 10 over 15. We can divide it by 5. Divided by 5. We can get 2 over 3. And you may have a question. How about 14? Can I do 14 over 21? And then we convert it into 10 over 15. Yes, we can. We just divide it by 1.4. Numerator divided by 1.4. Denominator also need to multiply by 1.4. Then we can get 10 over 15. This is how to find equivalent fractions. You could have two methods to find the equivalent fraction. One method is by multiplication. Another method is by division. The key idea is you have to make sure numerator and denominator they are divided or multiplied by the same number. This is very important. Now let's start the next challenge. Compare the 1 over 2 versus 1 over 3. We just try to find their equivalent fractions. Let's start from the 1 over 2. So 1 over 2, if I multiply 2, so numerator multiplied by 2, I got 2 over denominator 2 multiplied by 2, I got 4, which is also equals to, let's try 3, okay? Numerator 1 multiplied by 3, I got 3. And then denominator 2 also need to multiply by 3, so I got 6. We still can continue. The next one would be 4. So now numerator and denominator multiply by 4. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. And 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Now let's look at 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 equals to, again, the numerator multiplied by 2, we got 2. The denominator 3 also need to multiply by 2, right? I got 6. And we still can continue like by 3. So the numerator multiplied by 3, we got 3. The denominator multiplied by 3, I got 9. Okay, I think we can stop here. Then you can compare now. How? When we're making a comparison between fraction, we must make sure they have the same denominator. So you see, we just found the same denominator. And then what value should we compare? The numerator. So you can see 2 over 6 and 3 over 6. Which one is greater? The numerator 3 is greater than the numerator 2 when they have the same denominator. So it's very obvious. 3 over 6 greater than 2 over 6. Okay, 3 over 6 is equal to 1 over 2, right? And 2 over 6 is equal to 1 over 3. We can know 1 over 2 actually is greater than 1 over 3. Many students may think, oh my God, they have the same numerator, and you see this denominator 3 is greater than 2. So 1 over 3 should be greater than 1 over 2, but actually it's not. If you still not understand the concept, you can just go through the video again, and then, or you can leave your question on the comments or write an email to me. I would like to let you know more. If you think today's video helps your math, please subscribe my channel to support my journey. Thank you. Bye bye.